Welcome to Two Turtles and a Wrench, and today we're going to do a toolbox tour. Have you ever wondered what it actually costs to outfit a box with quality tools? Well, today you'll find out. I'm going to put up the prices of the tools on the side as we're going, just so you guys have an idea what everything's costing. At the end, I'll come up with the total, and you're probably going to see a grown man cry. A lot of the tools will be linked below. They are affiliates, just so you know. Before we dive in, I just want to throw out a quick number. I'm thinking I'm going to have about $5 grand in this. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking.
Think about that for a moment now.
All right, here we go. First drawer. This is where I keep all my ratchets, sockets, M12 tools, pretty much everything you need for just actual like the drive tools. These are the Streamlight ProTac pen lights. I'm not a huge fan of the ProTacs. That's why they're in here. I carry the Stylus Pros on me at all times. I'm curious what you guys run. Let me know in the comments. I'm a pretty big fan of Streamlight, especially the Stylus Pros. ProTacs eat batteries too much. Not for me. These are Gear Wrench gimbal thumb ratchets. About the only gear wrench thing I really own. I actually use the 3/8 one quite a bit. Get quite a bit of movement in them. They're not bad for the money. Next thing up is the SK adapter swivel set. If they would have never went to China, I would say highly recommend. These are the USA made ones, but now they're made in China, so I'd stay away. Always got to have some Torx cards on hand. Never know when a game breaks out and you got to win about 20 cents in a night. I actually don't even play with these ones, but I keep them around. We play with the old school cards. If any of you guys know how to play Torx, let me know. I think it's mostly just old Czech people. Set of Sunex 1/2 and 3/8 wobble extensions. These are the Taiwan ones. I've had them for a while. I like them. Honestly, I don't really use wobbles a whole heck of a lot. That's why if you notice, everything just gets piled up on top of them. But when you need them, you need them. Let's dive into the ratchets. This, by far, is my favorite. It's a snap-on, long flex head 3/8. Pretty much my go-to. Really enjoy this thing. I've had this thing for quite a few years. No complaints at all. Perfect ratchet. I've always thought about buying a couple more, but they are freaking pricey, so we'll just keep the one for now. Maybe we'll get some more in the future. This is a pretty nice little ratchet here. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this brand now. It's a Koken 3/8. It's a little small for my hands.
That's what she said. She said.
But it is nice for what it is. And see the difference between the snap-on and the Koken. A lot smaller head, can get in a little smaller places. I need to find one without the rubber handle. Not a big fan of that, but pretty good ratchet for the money. If you need a good 3/8 low profile head, I'd pick one of these up. I do have some icons in this box. This is how I test new stuff. I put it in my main box. I use it. If it's good, I keep it in this box. If not, it goes into my other Husky box over there. So far, I don't mind the 3/8 one. I had to get it in the comfort grip. That's all they had. I'm not a big comfort grip guy, but it's okay for what it is. Now for another icon. This is the 1/2 long flex. It comes in at 18 inches. Big fan. Big fan of the size. This 18-inch is perfect, and I say perfect, for working inside a fender well. The 24s I have are a little big, but the 18 just works. Flex is nice, perfect for brakes, perfect for suspension work. Highly recommend an 18-inch, but I do not recommend this icon. I've had some problems with it. I don't know if any of you guys remember the old Craftsman ratchets, or maybe even still use them, but when you used to go to town on them fast, when you're really spinning them, and you get off at an off angle, sometimes it would kind of catch and then flip the selector, or the selector gets stuck in the middle. Well, this one does that. But unlike the Craftsman, it doesn't switch when you're under pressure. So I haven't broke my knuckles with this thing like you would with the Craftsman, but when you're going to town fast, it does get stuck and switched. Now, I have seen some videos about some wave washers might be missing. I need to take it apart and look. Maybe the thing's just broke. Maybe these are just the way they are. If you have one of these icons, let me know if you've run into any trouble with them, if you know how to fix them, or if this is just the way they are. If you don't have a 1/2 18-inch long flex head ratchet, I would highly recommend getting one. Get it in whatever brand you want. I am in the market for one of these 18-inchers. If you have a brand you like, let me know. I appreciate it. I'm thinking more than likely I'll end up buying a snap-on, but they're like $300, I think, so I'd rather find something cheaper, but I don't really mind spending money on good ratchets. Got another icon, flex head, 11-inch. Haven't even really used it. Got an old Williams. These are just kind of my classic 1/2-inch. They just work. They're not fancy. They're only like 36 tooth or something. They just get the job done. That's what I like about them. Williams 3/8. They're nothing special. They just work. They get the job done. That's all that matters. They're cheap too. I got the SK3H just straight. I don't remember how many teeth this are, maybe 90 or something. When these came out, these were probably the best ratchets for your money. I think Circle C had them for like 40 bucks when they first came out. Made in the USA, high gear ratio. They work pretty well. I think I have more than I want to admit of these, but I do have them just all around the shop. I also have some in my den box in the house. They're good ratchets for what they are. Seems like that's all I've been saying is they're good ratchets for what they are. 1/4 inch, another Williams. Eventually, I want to replace all these Williams, probably with snap-ons, but that costs a lot of money. Here's an Icon, 1/4 inch. I bought all these Icons at the same time. They had that 40% off, so we haven't really used them.
Hi. The royal we.
It's only been a week or so. We'll get to using them and see how we like them. Next is a Proto breaker bar. Comes in at 23 inches. Nothing bad to say about it. It works. I haven't broke anything, but I do not put pipes on this one. I treat this breaker bar pretty good, actually. Icon breaker bar. Again, have not used it. I got it at the same time I got the ratchets. We'll see what it does. Since I have it in my hand, Stanley Fat Max tape. Pretty good tape. I like them. I use them a lot. Kind of my go-to. Also use the Lufkins a lot because that's what we use at work. All right, the pry bars here. I got a mix of Mayhews and Wilds. Both made in America. Both are good. I kind of prefer the Mayhews more just because of the handles. I like the handle better. Otherwise, I don't know. They just work. Good American companies. Make good products.
Rock flag and eagle.
Never had a problem with them at all. I haven't really bent many of them. If I bend them, they're the small ones. At this point in the juncture, I'm realizing my initial $5,000 is that's not possible. Especially after I've been thinking about them a little bit while I've been talking. So since it's my video, I'm gonna redo and say that I have $7,000 worth of tools in this box. I know, ain't fair, but that's what I'm gonna do. I assume I got about 7 grand stuck in this thing. Cause them over there are expensive. And right here, you're looking at probably 750 bucks too. Milwaukee 3/8. M12. This is the first gen, I believe. I'm sure there's some new ones that have a little more power, but this thing's awesome. Love it. Use it a lot. Big fan of Milwaukee, as you can tell already. I like their M12 line for mechanical stuff. The 3/8, just regular fuel ratchet. Thing's been a beast for me. It works really well. I probably need to clean it now that I'm looking at it. These things are pretty easy to take apart, re-oil them and stuff. This thing definitely needs to be cleaned. Need to put that on the to-do list. Here's a brand new one I just got. It's the long reach, high speed, I think they call it or something. I just picked this up the other day. Haven't even put a battery in it. Look how much smaller that head design is. And obviously, a lot longer reach. A lot smaller. I don't know. When it comes down to breaking fasteners loose, I don't know if you're going to end up snapping this thing or not. But I assume just about like any Milwaukee product I have, it's going to work pretty well. I got a seam ripper here. I don't know if you guys ever use these. They're really good for ripping up wire loom, electrical tape, stuff like that. Honestly, I don't really use this one because it's in this box, and when I'm doing electrical, I got another box that I use. This brand's pretty good. I have used quite a few of these. They're cheap too. We got the good old Lang bit driver ratchets, made in the US. As you can see, they all got a different profile to them. Don't really use them a lot, but sometimes they come in handy around the windshield, stuff like that. When you need them, but most of the time I don't use them. Just a Sunex wheel socket, nothing special there. Got these little 12-point wrench adapter deals just to get a socket on a wrench if you need. Again, not a thing a guy uses a lot. This set's actually new. I ended up breaking one of them and then I just bought a new set and put the other ones in my other boxes. Stubby drill bits, you always need them. And just a little bit of mixture of odds and ends. My sockets, I run the cornwells. This is a 1/4 inch drive supersets. Comes in a nice case, which is handy because I don't only just work in the shop, I work on the bottom. I take stuff to the farm. We go back and forth. It's nice to have everything in a case instead of just racks. I understand racks for regular mechanics. I do have racks in my other box, but I like to be on the go, so case is perfect for me. I've had these probably for about 10 years now. Can't complain at all. I've never broke a 1/4 inch one. The ratchet works pretty good. Extensions are nice with the knurling. All around, very nice set. No complaints. Problem is, these things are expensive. Unbelievable what these things cost. I did not buy these sets new. I bought them from a kid that was going to be a mechanic and then decided to go a different route or something. I don't even think he even really ever used them. So I got a pretty good deal on them. I think I paid $600 for both sets. The 3/8 set goes from 19 to 6 and 1/4 to 7/8. The ratchet's pretty good. It ain't no fine tooth thing or any of that kind of thing, but it works. I like it. I forgot to say what size this goes to. So the 1/4 inch goes from 3/16 to 9/16 and 5 to 15, just in case you guys are wondering. I think for the most part, these things are a little out of sight price-wise anymore. Case is nice. Sockets are nice. I do like these sets. Big fan of them. I don't think I would pay $1,500 for the pair or whatever it costs, but if you can get them for $300 like I did a piece, do it all day. All right, we got a wrench drawer here. This is the standard size. These are probably my favorite wrenches I have. They're the Right Grip 2.0s. Big fan of them. Fit in your hand nice. They're beefy. They don't really slip. I haven't had no real problems with them, but I do have the chrome is chipping off of it a bit. That's because I use these bigger ones on some heavier equipment. I do sometimes have to put a bar on these ones, which sucks because it ruins them like that. Still good. I think they're hard to beat for the price. Just my opinion. Highly recommend them. From the Right Grip set, I go from 5/16 to 1 1/4 inch. Proto ratcheting wrenches, angled with the selector. I bought the Protos because at the time they were the only American-made ratcheting wrench that had the selector on them that I could find. Pretty good. I like them. I did end up breaking this 1/2 inch one. It works, but when you put it under pressure, it'll skip a tooth. I do need to get it warranted. I've never used the warranty through Proto. We'll see how that goes. These Armstrongs are probably my favorite. They just feel good. I don't know. I like them. Obviously, they don't make them anymore. I always check eBay and always really tempted to buy some off of there. I really like these. I don't know why. If you guys could help me, let me know what you use to organize your wrenches. I feel like I could get something better. I have tried to use the tool widgets. I'm not a fan of them at all. I did see that Tecton has a wrench holder. I'm thinking about trying them. Let me know what you guys are using. I got 2 different designs here. I got the regular wrench holders here. So here's my metric set. I got the rails for the organizer in this one. This side fits really good. I don't know if I could save much more space. Right Grip 2.0s. I have them from 7 mil to 24. And just like the other side, I have the Protos. They're 19 to 6. Highly recommend the Wrights. Proto ratcheting wrenches. They're good. They're not great. Hammer drawer, punches, stuff of that nature. The old Nupla rubber mallet works good if you need a rubber mallet. Probably what I'd buy. Got Master Force 4-pound sledge. It gets the job done. I'm probably going to try to find something new. If you guys have opinions on a good little mini sledge, preferably a USA made one, which really limits a guy, but let me know in the comments what you got. Appreciate it. I got a ball peen Vaughn hammer. Again, made in America. They just work. Yeah, is there nicer ones? Yeah, but they work good. I was thinking about trying the Manti Vibes, but found out they're made in Mexico, so I'm staying away. I do usually have a dead blow in here. It's a trusty. I broke it. Haven't got a replacement yet. The trusties are good. I like them. Don't kill me here, but I have been thinking about buying the Icon dead blows. Just because you can replace them when they're broke. Got the Chicago drill bits. I got 2 of them. They're both basically the same. Just the jobber length. Good drill bits worth the money for sure. You can sharpen them all day long. They keep holding an edge. I like them. All right, I decided to get everything out of the drawers, pull them up here. I got the Crescent Nicholoson Files and the little file holder. I don't even use this thing. It just came with it free. These are pretty good files. I got another set over by the weld bench that I pretty much use a lot more than these. Good little set to have. I like them. If you need a set, buy them. Got the classic Stanley 99E. Good all around utility knife. Now, they used to make them a lot better, but they still work. I got the Wheeler roll pin punch starter. I assume they're made in China. They're a little hollow. Start your roll pins out. Work pretty good. I have a few different sets in my den box. These seem like they just work pretty good. I don't know if Mayhew makes any kind of punches like this. If they do, I probably should get them. If you know, let me know. Got the Jocko 208 impact driver set. Works really good on the old 30s, 40s cars. I have the Phillips bolts and everything. This one I've had for only about a year. My other one, I don't even remember what it was. I ended up breaking it, ended up buying this one. Haven't broke this one yet, which is nice. Just a cheap American-made stamp set. Nothing to really write home about. It just worked. Made in the USA. Bought them from Harry Epstein. I don't even know the brand. This is a Starrett automatic centering punch. Comes in really handy when you got broken bolts. Need to drill them out. Got a Mayhew nail set. Use them to punch nails. Not these ones anyway, but can never have enough of this kind of stuff. I got the Mayhew brass punches. These are pretty good. Mayhew punch and chisel set. Pretty much this set covers anything you really need. Good set for the money. The only ones I really ruin are the 3/32 ones for carburetors and stuff. I do just buy like 10 of these and keep them on hand. I haven't ruined any of the bigger ones yet. The chisels can be resharpened and they do still hold an edge. As you can see, big fan of Mayhew. I got a lot of their stuff. This is their pilot punch set. Basically is for roll pins. You got a little end on them, pushing out your roll pins. You can even start with these, but I prefer to use the other ones to start. Can't say anything bad about them. They work. They're good. If you need them, by Mayhew, or Wilds are pretty good. I'm not a big fan of whatever that blue brand is. Champion? I don't know what they are. Not a fan of them. Big fan of the Mayhews because they come in these nice cases, except for this set. I don't know why, but this is kind of like how the Wilds come. Just a good alignment, punches to get everything lined up. Good for suspension work. Good for engine mounts, stuff like that. All right, these are some long punches. They're just straight punches, no taper, just longer. Just need them for hitting out bolts and stuff. Can never have too many punches. That's what I always say. And last of the punches, this is a bearing race punch set. You don't use them a whole lot, but when you need them, they're really nice. They got this design on them, helps you run in the races. Also really good for dust caps. When you're putting dust caps on axles, these work really well to set them in. Don't damage stuff. Works really good. Head design is perfect. I know punches ain't the best thing to always buy, but you need them. Get several different sets. Come in handy. All right, it's my screwdriver drawer. Pretty much all SK USAs. Big fan of the handles. Not big fan that SK went to China now. Personally, I wouldn't buy these anymore, but you do you. I had to get one warranted. As you can see, they don't put USA on them. Chinese. I don't know if there's a real difference between the Chinese ones and the USA ones, but I wouldn't buy them myself. I got a Wera precision screwdriver set. They work pretty well. Don't use them a whole heck of a lot, but nice little set. If you're in the market for German stuff, European stuff, I highly recommend checking out ChazToolbox.com. The guy's awesome. Real friendly, helps the guy out. Highly recommend buying from him if you can. Seems like a really cool dude. So here's the Weras. They, as you can see, if you don't know, they got a weird design. I personally do not like the design for like really gripping, torquing stuff, but I love the design for like a quick spin. I don't really use these necessarily out here. In my den box is pretty much all I have is Weras, Weas, and vessels. For more light duty work, I really like these, especially like electronic stuff like that. I just really like how fast you can spin these in your hand. This one is a ratcheting one. Light work, really good. This one has a little push button, holds the bits for you. Got this nice little Wera bit set. Comes with a little speed ratchet, little handle. Sockets, I've never even used. Bits fold out, kind of nice little thing. More gimmicky than anything, but compact, fit in your box. I mean, they even have a belt loop on here for you. Not a bad little set. Like I said, I don't use these Weras, pretty much mechanicing, but electronics, stuff of that nature works really well. Try to organize these screwdrivers better. I can't remember if I tried the Ernst ones, I think. The Ernst or whatever that brand is. Didn't really like them. They really didn't fit well. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. I'd really appreciate it. All right, this is my scrapers, picks, torque bits, just stuff like that. These are pretty much brand new. I just took them out of my den box. I realized I don't know why I have these in my den box. Don't really use them down there. Might as well bring them up here. I used to use the gear wrench. Didn't really have a problem with them. Just like to update to the Mayhew since I already had them. Mayhew scrapers, awesome. Really good scrapers. I have like the 4-piece set, and then I went and bought this big 2-inch scraper. Never used it. I think I've had this thing for like 2 years. I've never used it. Just almost too big. Pretty much just use this little one and the inch one. We got the Mayhew Select O-ring picks, or I don't know what you actually call these things. They're for O-rings. Also very handy for a lot of other things where you need to get under something and not ruin it. Pretty good little tool. If you don't have them, pick them up. Mayhew Select pick set. I don't know. They are what they are. They work. Can't complain. Again, SK Torx screwdrivers. Still pisses me off they went to China, but it is what it is. I got the Craftsman Allen ball heads. Honestly, don't really use these. I'll show you later what I actually use mostly, but I just have these. I like the old Craftsman USA stuff. It reminds me of good times before they went overseas and ruined everything. This is a wild pole scraper. It's one of them things you don't really need, but when you need it, it's nice. Works well. These shouldn't be in here. They should be with the drill bits. I don't know how they got in here. A lot of other people work in my shop with me. They just put stuff back in the wrong spots all the time. It's no big deal. This leads me into a question for you guys. Have you ever used them Norseman like hybrid style bits where they got the little step on the front of the regular drill bits? I've been curious about it, trying them. My problem is I sharpen my own drill bits and you can't sharpen those, so I don't know how long they'll last, but I am very curious about them because they seem like they work well, but I know like on YouTube and stuff, a lot of people talk about them, but I have a hard time trusting a lot of guys. I think a lot of them are bought. And anyway, off topic. If you guys ever tried any of these, let me know. Appreciate it. Craftsman Allen key set. Again, never use it. It's just in here to remind me of good old Craftsman stuff. Craftsman, aka Wild pry bars. Dominator Mayhew pry bars. This one is the 3rd piece that goes with the set that's in the top drawer. This is the straight one they came out with, the screwdriver one or whatever they call it. I always tell myself I need to start using this more instead of screwdrivers. Also, like, that's what the old Craftsman screwdrivers are for, is for stuff like that. But I need to get better with it. I need to start using this more. Mainly use it for hubcaps. I don't know what brand these are, just plastic scrapers. Got them off of Amazon. This is the OTC radiator hose pick or whatever. Pretty much junk in my opinion. I need to get new ones. I seen Mayhew makes a set. Probably end up buying them. This thing pulls out all the time. Do not recommend. Only a couple drawers left, guys. Hope you're still hanging in there. I know it's a long video. Probably not the most entertaining thing. You guys wanted to see my stuff, so I'm showing it to you. All right, the plier drawer. A lot of pliers in here. Don't really know how to organize them. As you can see, they all slide away. It is what it is. I do like this case just for the simple reason it don't let these fling open, but they also slide on here like crazy. Think about putting some kind of tape or bed liner or something down there. Help hold them in. I don't know. If you guys have any tips on organizing pliers, making them stay in the box when you're moving them, I really appreciate that. This stuff works, but I don't think it's the best. But I don't know if there's anything really out there that's worth the dang. Knipex adjustable wrench, supposed to replace a crescent wrench. In my opinion, no. People love these things. I personally do not like them. They just don't work for me. I prefer an actual crescent wrench. This one's a Proto. I like these. You gotta watch it when you buy these Protos. There's like 2 different styles or something. One style really sucks. This style is nice. The problem is I don't know which one's which. This one says 712. I'd have to go look at my other set, let you know what that is. The other one's like some quick thing. They're junk. Protos are really nice. Another tool I'm not a big fan of, but there's really no options, is these Proto vice grips, but they're actually made by Grip-On in Spain. They're painted. Not a big fan of that, but they do work, I guess. They're good for what they are. They're just not great. They're nothing compared to these. These are the Eagle grips. They were made in DeWitt. That's where the original vice grips were come from. Malco ended up buying them, then ended up closing them. They're not made anymore. They're nice. Full polished, strong, way better design. With the welded cap, this thing don't slip. Got a big Allen wrench head on the bottom. Of all the vice grips I've used, these are always the best. I have not used a snap-on set. I really like that these were made in DeWitt. As soon as they said they were closing the plant down, I ended up buying quite a few of these. I'm still buying them here and there. I have some that just basically are gonna sit on a shelf with my old vice grips, which is stupid, I guess, to have tools sitting on a shelf, but these things really meant something to me, you know? Just like anything, these companies really just ruin everything. But whatever. Good vice grips, you can find them. They're still out there. You can get them. I like them. I'm also a little partial to them, so take my thoughts with a grain of salt. I'm not really brand loyal to a lot of things. I am people loyal to people of DeWitt, and it just, I don't know, bothers me. Everybody has these. Knipex Cobras, awesome. Work great. Way nicer than the channel locks. I got the Knipex Comfort Grips. Not a huge fan. Just bulky for me. I get why people like them, but I don't know. Give me the dipped handles. I like a lot more old school stuff. It's just what I grew up on. We got the Lennox hose cutter. Won't praise it and I won't knock it. It does the job. Got the Klenks aviation snips. I got a few of these. These things work good. I like them. Probably my favorite scissors, the Engineer brand, made in Japan. I think they're relatively pretty cheap. They're a little goofy, but blades work good on them. Another Engineer tools. These are the same as like them Vamp pliers or whatever, for bolt extraction, stuff like that. They work when you need them to. Sometimes they don't work.
What in heaven's name are you talking about?
For little screws, these things work pretty good. But a lot of times, like on the automotive stuff, I can never get them to really work. But I mostly use these when I'm working on my boat. The stainless steel fasteners always break off, and you always got to grab them. These things work pretty good. Knipex flush cutters. If you don't have flush cutters, get you some. They're a must for zip ties, but you can use them for about anything. Cutting flashing off of stuff. They just work. These are channel locks made in the USA. They are what they are. I think their quality went way downhill over the years. Actually, I'll show you something. I know things can happen, and I understand the stuff gets missed. These channel locks, I don't know if you can really see them, have an indent right there from a cotter pin. They bent on a cotter pin. Like these, obviously, I don't think were heat treated. And I don't know. The old channel locks, you never had this problem ever. But these newer ones, I don't know what. I'm glad they're still made in the USA, but there's something, they did something. I don't know what. It just went downhill. I don't know why. Just the way everything goes, I guess. Here's some more Knipex pliers, just like your Lyman style pliers, side cutters. They're good pliers for what they are. I don't think they're that great, but they're good. I can get them at Menards, which I like. Got the Knipex needle nose, hog ring style. Works awesome for holding stuff. I need to get some more of these in different sizes. I know a lot of guys don't like their needle nose. They call them flimsy and they twist and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're going to twist. Look how small they are. I don't know. What are you doing? You have to understand your tools, man. They're going to twist when you torque on them. They're thin as all can be. If you're using them for what they're supposed to be used for, they work great. If you want to use needle nose for like pulling cotter pins, there's really only one brand to buy, and that's the Snap-on ones. These things are beef.
Beef. It's what's for dinner.
These things are beef. They work awesome. Look at the difference there, guys. And you don't think these are going to flex? Get out of here. These flex, you know? People just don't know how to use stuff, I think. I don't know. I digress, I guess. Now that we're on the Snap-ons, we'll just stick with the Snap-ons. I have had this pair for a while. I haven't had these two very long. This one just a little more aggressive needle nose than what I had. Has the cutter, stuff like that. Don't ever use the cutter on needle nose, but I guess it'll be handy if you need them. These things are beef. These are, I think, the 9-inch ones, I believe. I think these might be my new favorite needle nose. Being adjustable, oh man, I like them. I might even buy a full set of them. Problem is with Snap-on, these things are expensive as hell. I think Icon maybe is going to start ripping these off. I got the Icon knockoffs. I used them for a little bit, and then I'm like, why am I even having these in my main drawer? I put them back in my other box. I mean, they're good for the money I get. I don't know. They're good if you can get them cheap. They're not bad pliers, I guess, but they're not the Snap-on ones. I don't care what anybody says. Knipex cable cutter, awesome for Romex. Works for heavier gauge wire too. Knipex long dikes, they work. Snap-on dikes. These I bought with the other two to get my free shipping. I haven't used them at all. I assume they're good because they're Snap-on, but I don't know. They're expensive. You hold them and you're like, okay, these are nice. Knipex mini bolt cutters. Pretty much use them to cut small cable, small wire. They work pretty good. I actually use these on my boat too for a hook cutter. Always have a pair on there just for that. Just in case someone gets a hook in the hand or anything. Knipex hose crimpers. Pretty good. I mean, they can't really be bad. Hose crimper to hose crimper. They work. So that's about it in this drawer, I believe. We're about done, boys. Bottom drawer. Sunex impact sockets. This is a 3/8 master set. Set's awesome. Love it. Now they're made in China. Hate it. I'm still going to use these till there's nothing left of them. I really like the set. I really like that they're in the case. I can take them with me wherever I need. Big fan. I got the 1/2-inch standard master set. Also the 1/2-inch metric master set. Things are awesome. Been using them for years. Here I got the Astro nano sockets and the wrench. I also have the metric ones, but my buddy's using them. I pretty much work on old stuff only, so I don't really have that many tight spots, so I didn't really use them. He was thinking about getting the set, and I said, hey, have them, try them, let me know how you like them. I don't even think I've used these, and I've had them for a few months now. I don't know. Can't tell you anything about them. People love them. I don't work on tight engine bays, thank God. I'm sure they're handy. All right, final drawer. About time, right, guys? Craftsman bit set works, can't complain. Irwin combination square, don't really use this one. Mostly use the ones by the welding bench. Multimeter, the MM600. Not a huge fan. If you guys recommend one, let me know. I don't do a lot of electrical stuff, but I think it's time to upgrade to a different one. I've had this one for a few years. It's all right, but it just has its problems. Thinking about buying a Fluke, but they're expensive. We use them at work. I like them. If you guys got one that you like, let me know. I'd really appreciate it. El Cheapo Amazon trims tool kit. I don't know. It comes with about everything. Just a cheap kit. They work. I have quite a few kits actually rolling around in the shop. ABN Torx sticks. I use them quite a bit for wheels. Then I find out that they don't really work with electrical impacts. That's pretty much all I use. So I don't know what to do about that. This is probably the junkiest thing I have in my box. It's a pipe plug kit. Chinese. I don't even have a brand on it. Mostly use them for small block Chevys to get the plugs out of them. I've had this set forever. In reality, they've held up amazingly. I mean, you can barely tell I even used some of them. I think I should upgrade, but I always think, well, they work. Why upgrade? I don't use them that often. If you guys have a good set, though, let me know. Probably be interested. We got the Lennox hole saw kit. It works. System's kind of jankety, and they like to get stuck sometimes. It ain't bad. Got the Sunex O2 sensor sockets. Honestly, never use them. I grab the ones I have in my other box. Never get used. Got the Lang snap ring pliers. Made in America. They work. Can't complain about them. I did notice the new ones have like a little lever where you can switch to internal, external. This one, you have to just use the old screw just like anything, but I don't know. I don't use these a whole heck of a lot. I got some Snap-on ones in my other box that I use mostly. The thing is, these are always buried in here, so I don't really ever grab them. Got the Sunex bit set here. It is what it is. They work. They don't. They break. I break T50s constantly. I have about 40 of them in the shop now. This is a replacement from China one. This is the old style. I don't know if this is even Taiwan or not, because it doesn't say it on it, and I don't remember on the box. Another thing to notice is the older ones are roll stamped. The new Chinese replacements are not, so take that what you want. I did contact Sunex about it when I first found out, and they told me none of the bit sets are getting rolled anymore. I told them that's BS, and they just said nothing. Just so you guys know, if you are still buying the Chinese ones, they're not roll stamped anymore on the bit set. Just another reason why Sonex pisses me off. Last but not least, Sonex axle sockets. I use them. They work. Sonex was just such a good brand, and they just pissed everything away. Whatever. I just want to go around the outside real quick. I got magnetic trays there, aerosol can holder here. If you're wondering, this is what I use to clean my tools. It works well, and I really like the smell.
What's with the spray paint, man?
What's with your outfit, man?
RTV caulk gun, Milwaukee hood light. Love this thing. I had a 68 caddy hood come down on it, and if you know, them things weigh about 500 freaking pounds. It bent this thing in a U. I bent it back, thing turned on, worked. Awesome. If you're in the M12 lineup and you work on cars, I'd get one of these. It also works well in the interior if you hang it from the doors. Here's my T-handles, standard metric Torx. Got them in this little holder. Got the size here. Use magnets to hang it on there. Works pretty good. Loctite, anti-seize, RTVs, JB Wells, just random crap a guy needs. I use these reusable zip ties for brake calipers. If you guys don't have one of these, I'd get them. It's a little cable tool. It tightens them up for you and cuts them flush. They are adjustable for how much you want it to squeeze. Things are awesome. Another Stanley 99E. Have them everywhere. My Milwaukee work light. Love this thing. Got a little magnet I keep on top of it. Clip it in the fender wells, stuff like that. Works good. That's the tour, guys. Now we're going to add up all the damages. You might see a grown man cry. All right, boys. We added her up. And it ain't good. I have a lot more money stuck in this stuff than I think. In reality, I knew I had more money in this than what I said originally. I think was what, $5 grand or something. Not including the box, just basically the tools that are in it and a few of them that are hanging on the outside. I have a grand total of $10,885.
Oh, this is the biggest one I ever had. You hear that, Elizabeth? I'm coming to join you, honey.
So basically 11 grand in this box, which is pretty wild. I have a bunch of quality stuff in here, and this is my go-to main box. That's a lot of money for a guy that's not a professional mechanic. The good thing is, I only spent like $400 on the box. So we're ahead, right? When you want to buy quality stuff, it comes with a big price tag, and that's just the way it is. If you guys enjoyed this tour, I can do about 8 more of them. I got boxes everywhere here. I am going to do a tour for sure on my electrical box. I think it'll be pretty handy for a lot of people. I just want to say thank you to all you guys that are commenting, liking, and subscribing. I appreciate it. The more this gets out, the more it'll help other people, and that's my goal here. If you have any questions, hit it up in the comments. I will always reply. Thank you guys. Have a great day.